Hey, everybody. It's Sunday. I'm a little late. Go figure, right? Well, let me just tell y'all, I'm going to wait for a few people to come on board. When we get a couple people on board, I'm sorry I'm a few minutes late. I had to deliver 4 grandbabies back home. Some reason when they come here, the parents don't want to come get them. You might have that sometimes. They just used to me having them so much that you got to hand deliver them back home, even though they don't belong to you. So we are going to wait just a few minutes, see how many people we can get on board. Maybe when we get to 10 or 15, we'll get going. I do apologize for being a few minutes late. Like I said, I had to deliver some grandchildren. Look, they don't want to come get them. When they get to grandma's, everybody thinks they're going to stay. So I had to go deliver everybody back home. And then I made a few calls to some of the admins because I was trying to get somebody to come on board with me so I could get some help for tonight. Hey, Cody, how are you? All right, my comments are working. Our members are coming up. Give everybody a couple seconds more, and we're going to get going, okay? I'll dig out a paintbrush real quick in case we go a route that I'm thinking we may. And I'm going to give everybody a choice and something we're going to do. All right, we got 9 people. I'm going to go ahead and get started because I did hold y'all up. I said 5 o'clock, and again, I apologize. Grandbabies, you know, they come first in my life, and they were not home yet. And I had 4 of them here. And 3 of them were girls, and they love glitter. So I'm about to try and come in here with 4 people, 4 babies, and 5 dogs. Okay, so here we are. There's Cody. All right, Ann. Hey, Ann, I might need your help in a minute. Please stay on board with me if you will. Just so everybody knows, I tried to call Yvonne, LaDonna, Candace, and Tammy, and couldn't get an answer from anybody. So I need somebody who is in the Micomania admin group. There's Candace. Candace, whoop, whoop. Hey, y'all. Either Ann and Candace, if y'all can hang out with me till close to the end. I need somebody. And what we're going to do is it's basically based on participation. We have a half gallon of counterculture to give away during this live. Okay. The ladies over there, Victoria Turner is an amazing person. She's a good friend of mine. We correspond a lot. And she would like to give away a half gallon of epoxy of the fast set to somebody tonight during this live. But I need somebody to kind of pay attention for me. See who is the most inquisitive, somebody who that you know some personal stories about that may benefit from the epoxy. Okay. Hey, Janitra, Candace. Oh, my God, Darla. I'm so glad y'all are here, okay? I'm going to reach and get some paper real quick. So, listen, it's been a minute since I've been on board. But like I said, we're doing a giveaway tonight also. And I did reach out to Yvonne. She's doing a live Zoom meeting. So she may come on here in just a few minutes. We'll see what happens. But y'all, we've got Ann here and I got Candace here. These ladies are amazing. If y'all have not seen her work, you need to check them out. They're admins of this group. Miss Yvonne took me on a little while ago, and I'm so gracious to even be in her presence and all these ladies' presence, just to be honest with you. So they're your go-to people, or if you have any questions you need to ask me afterwards that you're unsure about, because I do talk fast and I ramble. Hey, boo-boo. Hey, Miss Anitra. Y'all, that is my Anita. Sorry, I got a friend named Anitra, too. That's my sister from another mother. I hope your family's doing well, my friend. I hope your family's doing well. We got all kinds of people, y'all. Hey, Sherry. Y'all, it's Sunday. I've had kids all weekend. I can take a breath and breathe. I'm going to give y'all the opportunity. I'm going to go with the first people that give me the 2 same answers as to what cup we're going to do tonight. I do these on a whim, guys. I just decided at the last minute I'll throw 3 or 4 projects in front of me and let y'all pick what we're going to do. Maybe it's something you need to see more than another. Maybe it's just something you've wanted to try and you just want to see how it's going to turn out. You never know till we get started, okay? All right. We're doing good, Anita. We're doing good. So listen, guys, y'all know Miss Yvonne is the bomb. If you don't know it already, she is the creator of this group and also the owner of MicomaniaForYou.com. Of course, you know how to order from her page. She also sells tumblers, guys. She has a store now where she's selling clothing and all kinds of stuff. So y'all keep an eye out for Miss Yvonne. She's moving up on in the world, okay? Hey, Tammy. So we've got all her products. And I'm going to let y'all kind of see what you might want to see. Okay, so I've got all these neon micas. Every one of these is a neon. I've got red, pink, green, yellow, and blue. We could do a mica cup with these. We could take, and I just pulled out some pretty colors because it's spring. If y'all want to do a mica cup with some of these pearls and dragon's breath and the pink sands and Her Majesty, we can do that. Or we can do the glitter. But let me tell you, I'm going to give you a twist up on glitter. Because I had an idea for a peekaboo. But I want to use her UV glitter. I don't know if anybody has seen her UV glitter. Basically what UV glitter is, you expose it to sunlight and it changes that color. So I've got a UV pink, a UV purple, and a UV yellow. That's all I could dig out. I got so much stuff that I've been rearranging, girl, rearranging. So let's see, Anita is saying micas. Carolyn's saying micas. So we're doing micas. But just so you know, these UVs, y'all, I just want to show you one. Let me do the purple because it shows up great. Hoping my kids have not been in here to steal my light. So I'm going to, oh, and there's a UV blue. There it is. I used it the other day. I got a UV blue too. But I do want to show you what these do, okay? I'm just exposing it to some sunlight. Looks like we're going to be, Candace is saying UV glitter and Melissa's saying UV glitter. Y'all, I had an idea to do a bunch of different UV glitters kind of all over this. Covered up and do a peekaboo so that every spot was a different color when you went out in the sunlight. I thought that would be so pretty. But underneath it would be the white glitter when you're in the house. So of course I'm using the wrong light. Let me find my UV light. Here it is. All right. Sorry, I got flashlights galore in here. And when my kids come in here with me, I'm not my kids, my grandbabies come in here with me, y'all, this room gets distracted. So this is the purple. So it's white until you expose it to UV light, meaning outside. Real quick so you can see. Of course, we're going to do the yellow. We're going to do a couple of them, let you see. But it looks like we're doing UV. I just thought for spring, it would be really, really cool. And then I can show you how it would change with the flashlight. And you have to envision, we won't be able to, of course, paint over it today. I'll do the heavy coat of epoxy like in between sessions, so to speak. And we can come back and finish this up tomorrow. I don't have too much going on tomorrow. So that, the yellow, you can see it in my house, but you can't see it real good here. I'll do you a pink, and then we'll get going, okay? Hey, Susan. Hey, Courtney. There's Tammy. Tammy, I tried to call you a while ago. But I've got Candace, and I have got, oh, Lord, my brain, y'all, is fried. I got Miss Candace, and I have Ann here to help. And you can help, too. That would be wonderful. Y'all, Tammy is another admin. We are doing the giveaway tonight, so I just need the people that do the most participation or have really good questions for us. That's the pink, y'all. Isn't that pretty? Y'all know I'm partial to pink. All right, so we know what we're going to kind of do. And the reason I was asking what type of cup y'all would like to do is, of course, I've got a white base paint cup. If y'all can see this really clearly, I've got defects everywhere in this paint cup, okay? This is not, see, I need those UV colors. Y'all, these UV colors are amazing. And in my mind, instead of doing like a pink glitter here, and I'm just making up, I'm grabbing glitters. A pink glitter here and a green glitter there. I thought, why not use the UV when you go in the sun, like for summer, it'd just be different colors underneath. I just thought it'd be really, really cool. Okay? Let's see what we said. There's Miss Brenda and Carolyn. These are beautiful because these UV colors, they're all white. They all have that little bit of shimmer and sparkle. So, I got a Q-tip stuck to that. They're all white. So, underneath, it would be really pretty inside, too. It's just when you go outside, the colors would pop. Okay? All right, Janitra said UV peekaboo, maybe. I don't know how that would work. I think it's going to be awesome, and we're going to give it a shot. It's really not going to be great unless you're out in the sun, but it would be just, to me, super cool that it's white during the day, and if you go outside in the sunlight, like at the pool during the summer, you can see the colors pop. Okay, so we'll do that. Now, the reason the UV, Melissa's asking where you purchase these. All of these UV glitters are from Mica Mania for You, which is this page. It's kind of like the kickoff for her page. And I know there's other colors. I got UV yellow, purple, blue, and pink. And I want to say there's 2 more. I'm looking around real quick because this room is a mess. Y'all who keep a clean craft room, I'm amazed by you guys. Like, I'm not playing. You don't want to see this room. But there are other colors in this UV. I just can't get to them. I was looking up there to see if I could see them. I got so much of her products. It's crazy. But like I said, in case you just came on board, when you do add the light to them, they do change color. I was showing somebody a while ago. I'll do it one more time. We're going to get going. Anne has added the page so you know where to go. At the end of this live, I'm going to tag her at the top to where you go. But it is Mica Mania, no spaces, the number 4, and you.com. Anne has mentioned it there, okay? Candace is telling me there's an orange. And God, I wish I had the orange now. All right, so I did not know that. I've never tried this is amazing, y'all, look. Like, I just shook it just where I gave the light, and look, it's really cool. Somebody else is telling me their room is okay. Oh, my God. Have you done a cup with those yet? Sandy's asking me if I have done a cup with these. I've done a 1-color cup with these. I did it in the pink, of course. Go figure, right? Y'all know my hair used to be pink, and I am not a breast cancer survivor, but I had BRCA and check 2 genes, so I had bilateral mastectomies with reconstruction. So I have not had technically cancer. I did not have chemo, lose my hair, thank goodness, and I do really admire the strength in the women who have, but I have been through the surgery, so I know what that's about, okay? So I haven't done all the colors, but I want to, so that's what we're going to do today, okay? And I'm glad somebody else's craft room's a mess. Let's see. Yes, Susan is saying their shipping is fast. Miss Yvonne is on it, doggone it. I'm just going to tell you. If you order something from her, like seriously, I'll place an order and I'll get a confirmation that it's being shipped like an hour later. And then it's here in 2 to 3 days. So it's very fast shipping. Now, I do want to tell y'all about a product that you can't get on Mica Mania for you. Only reason I'm going to tell you about it, I don't think Miss Yvonne would have a problem with it either, is if y'all had chosen one of the mica cups. And I know a few of you have, so we'll have to come back on here. And what I did is just told everybody on my page to come over here and join Yvonne's group, okay? So if we had done a mica cup, in case you haven't done a mica cup, I want to share this with you. It'll be really quick. You want the base color for your mica cup to be one of these colors. And the reason I say that, like, I wouldn't do a white base if I'm going to use these colors or these colors of micas. The reason being, if you've done them, you know the top and the bottom always leave that little 1/4 inch gap that you can't cover with the mica powders. It just somehow feeds away from it, and you can't get these little sections right here to cover with mica powder. So I would have typically, if we had done the neon cup, there's something called Pathalon paints. Janitra said, no matter how much I clean my room, it's always a hot mess. I know that's right. There's something called Pathalon paints. I don't know if any of you are familiar with the product or with the creator of the product. And I'm doing better. So you overlook me for a second because you know I'm wide open and I talk 90 miles an hour. But Christy Taylor, if you've ever seen a live from her, either on YouTube or the Tumblr page or this page, if you ever got to see Miss Christy, she has unfortunately passed. She passed from COVID, but her husband David is trying to continue the business without her, okay? And they are amazing people. They actually live about 15 minutes from me, which a lot of people say, oh, I wouldn't want another crafter to live that close. Y'all, she made cups that I couldn't make. She has an artistic view on these cups, and a lot of hers were hand painted. They were beautiful. She did amazing work. So we weren't competitors at all. I was trying to learn from her, and she would listen. You know, we would just talk and share stuff. She's amazing people. But she has these amazing Pathalon paints. It's on ChristyTaylorCreations.com. I'll list that at the top too, so you'll know. But they come in all these colors. And basically what they are, we're not going to use them, but I was going to tell you about the mica powders and the gap. If we chose to do that mica powder cup right now, I always shake up everything, okay? That's why mine doesn't stay there. Somebody's saying, crafting together, everybody's talking about how messy their craft rooms are. Well, we're going to get started because I see a lot of people saying they want to see. Well, I got tape. It would help if I'd open this one. I just bought this one not long ago because I'm crazy about neon colors. I'm a 69 baby. But like the 80s were the time, you know, that you're a mid-range teenager and neons were the thing. I mean, if you didn't have leg warmers and neon, nothing, you were nothing. But anyway, it's like an acrylic paint, but it's not. It's clay-based. So I could take this brush, shake it up real good, paint this. It'll be dry in about 2 or 3 minutes, and we could proceed with our process. The mica powders would cover everything, and if you have that gap, it would be this bright yellow. So it wouldn't give you that white look, like, oh my God, something happened to her cup, she didn't finish it. It's just what mica powders do, okay? So consider buying you some Pathalon paints. It's kind of like doing your prep and your base paint, but it's all done in this, okay? That's why I wanted to share that with you. All right, let's see what we got. Hey, beautiful to you, Miss Debbie. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Let's see, we did a trivia night last night, and it was 80s. And girl, you know the 80s. Look, you had, I don't know if y'all did it, but you had the little headbands and your leg warmers and your high top Reeboks and anything that was neon. You know, Madonna was popular back then. If you didn't have a fishnet glove in high school, I'm talking my age. There's some young people on here, so I'm going to be quiet, okay? So listen, we're going to get going. We have got white cup, 20-ounce tumbler, came from Stainless Steel Depot. Yvonne has these. This just happened. I don't want to tell you a lie and tell you it's Yvonne's when it's not. But Yvonne has 20-ounce skinny tumblers. Y'all please check out her page. She has merged them together. She does take, I believe, Sezzle. Not sure if she does Afterpay, but she does do Sezzle, guys. Okay, so keep that in mind. Shipping is very, very reasonable. Aquanet hairspray. You know it, Darla. Oop, oop. Aquanet. I got this hair now, and it's a hot mess because I've had kids all weekend. But if you didn't have this little, everybody knows what I'm talking about, the bangs up to here and the boof, you was not rocking it. YNDtumbler.com. Thank you, Miss Tammy. I appreciate you guys' help. Did she merge the YND Tumbler finally with Mica Mania, or are they still separate entities? Does anybody know for sure? I did see her cups on the Mica Mania page, but it's at the top. And you had to click if you wanted the tumblers, and it kind of took you where you needed to be. But somebody tell me if I'm incorrect, because I would love to know if I'm wrong. Just so I'll know for myself, too. Y'all, we're going to get started on doing this tumbler. Let's get to it, because I know y'all want to see this, okay? So, because we're not doing micas, we're only going to need 2 measuring cups, okay? Now, let me share with you. I know a lot of your names are popping up in my brain, and I know you are not new at tumbling, okay? I know that this is an old craft for you, but for you that are new and you've never worked, I think she separated them. Okay, good. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. If you're doing any type of a glitter cup and you are new, this is just for my newbies. Keep this in mind if you can remember anything. When you do glitter, it's minimal epoxy, a lot of glitter, okay? If you're doing mica, you're going to use more epoxy. Reason being is each one of these colors are going their own cup of their own mixed epoxy. So you want about 5 or 10 of this color and 5 or 10 of this color, just so you've got a lot of use for each color, okay? We will do a mica cup if you are new and you need that, okay? Y'all let me know, send me a message or chime in here, okay? Let's see, she had to separate them because it wasn't loading all the items, but you can click the link. Thank you, Miss Candace. Love you, love you, love you, love your work. Let's see, so all the glitters look white. Yes, ma'am, that's for Miss Sandy. Sandy's asking all these glitters, and they told me a while ago there is an orange. All these glitters, y'all pardon my glitter mess. I told you I had an explosion. All of these are different colors, but when you add sunlight, UV light, these change to the color that says on the bottle. So yes, they are all white, and we're going to do a peekaboo because it would be beautiful just in white, and when you go out in the sun, it would just be different pastel colors. But we're going to do a peekaboo, okay? Hey, Miss Vicky. All right, so that's what we got. This is what we're using. We're going to do 4 colors, okay? Let's set this to the side. And I'm going to get me another measuring cup. And we're going to get going. Now, for the big news, okay? We got a couple people watching. So this is going to be great. Y'all need to stick around to the end. I'll promise to try not to be long-winded, okay? I promise. But We're going to use counterculture epoxy for this. Now, somebody's going to say, she talks about that stuff all the time. I am going to be honest with you. I use everybody's epoxy. It just depends on what I'm doing, y'all. Some epoxies are great for molds. Some epoxies are great for tumblers. If you're in a hurry and need your first coat done fast, you got the fast set. I've used DIY epoxy. I've used ALE, which is a little extra. I've used KS resin. I'm trying to look at everything I got in here. I have used counterculture. What's that down there? That's another KS resin, artistic resin. I started out using Amazing Clear Cast. So your epoxies are going to be your preference, okay? I'm not trying to sway you into going either way, but I'm going to tell you the pluses to a fast set. Tonight, there's a giveaway. In case you didn't see the post, we're giving away a ½ gallon of counterculture fast set. So, a ½ gallon is about your 64 ounces. Okay, now my bottles are a little messy because I've been pouring these cups out so fast. I hadn't had time to do anything in here, guys. I'm being honest as I can. So my bottles look horrid. But this is how much epoxy you're going to get for free. Whoever the admins that are in here with me tonight will choose the winner. It's a 32 ounce. The mixture on this is exactly 50-50. Like any other epoxy. There are some epoxies out there that are 2-to-1. We won't talk about them tonight. But this is a 50-50 mixture. The thing about Fast Set, if you've never used it, it does have a UV protectant. They say you can use it for a final coat. They don't suggest it just because the UV protectant isn't as great as some of the other epoxies out there. But y'all, I use this for my first and second coat a lot of times if I'm pushing out these tumblers, because I'm going to do this, and I'm not kidding you, in 45 minutes because of my temperature in my house. Somebody's giving me a bunch of hearts. I'm loving the hearts. Y'all, I'm loving it. Loving it, loving it. So listen, 50-50, put it on the cup, glitter my cup. By the time we get done with this tutorial, I'm going to show you what the epoxy looks like in the cup. So you'll see how fast this stuff gets hard. If you're new, when you use this, be very understanding, and it's hard to even fathom this, but I'm going to show you so you'll know. Your working time is about 15 minutes. So please, 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 if you're doing something with 5 or 6 glitters or 5 or 6 micas and you're not super, super fast and you love to be creative, this would not be the epoxy until you kind of build your speed and your confidence up to where you're ready for it. Only because I don't want it to get hard on you and you're doing the micas and you get them all on the cup beautiful and you add your heat and it's already set and it won't spin. So that's the only thing I want to see, okay? That's the only thing I want to tell you about this. It's an amazing product. If I absolutely had to finish a cup in a day or 2 and then add, of course, my 3 days to cure, I could do a cup in 4 days to deliver in person. Some people aren't waiting the 3 full days. I understand. It's your preference, but it does say on most of these products, 72 hours to full cure. So I could start a cup today, have this on, glitter the cup, come back in 45 minutes to an hour, add another coat. Then when I do that flood coat to cover my glitter, I could go back for the peekaboo, of course, spray paint my cup, or if I'm doing a double glitter peekaboo, I add some more epoxy. It basically can be done in a day after you put your final coat of whatever you choose. I have made some cups with this as my final coat. Normally it's just for family if I'm giving them away, or for myself. I have done that because I have no patience. But amazing product. And whoever wins this, I'm jealous because I'm about out. But anyway, just going to give you all that information. So I'm going to put some gloves on only because the bottles are sticky. And I flew in here from out of my car and spoke to my husband for a second. He's like, what are we eating for dinner? I was like, I'll tell you after I get done with the glitter. So you know how that conversation goes sometimes when you're late. But anyway, I got my good clothes on. And I want to get it covered with epoxy. I got some craft epoxy pants. And these aren't it. But I'm going to get this on. We're going to see. God, y'all, I see hearts and loves and hearts and loves. I have never used counterculture before. I can't wait to see it. Candace replied, do the glitters stay white? I know they change with UV light. Yes, they do. Candace actually answered. I just saw that. They are white and they do change colors in sunlight. Let's see. I wish I would have known about this fast set before I ordered the alternate. And I'll tell you something else. There's some companies out there, guys. If you just do your research, if you see somebody mention an epoxy that you think's amazing. I personally love this Counterculture, and I love ALE epoxy. Some people say, why ALE versus this, that, and the other? ALE is a plant-based epoxy. It doesn't have a really strong smell. I have one half lung on one side. So sometimes the fumes kind of bother me a little bit, but with ALE it doesn't. And the clear set of that for molds is amazing. Now I have tried molds with Counterculture. I'll be honest, it says by the makers of this, it's not actually, what do they say? They tell you not to really use it for molds. It's not great for molds. But they tell you that, okay? Candace, who is the mold queen, y'all, is saying that she loves ALE also, okay? So just keep that in mind. If you hear somebody talking about epoxy, y'all, I can't mention any names right now, but there are some epoxies out there that if you'll go on their page, they'll send you a free sample of epoxy so you can try it before you spend that $50 or $60 or $70 for that quart or that half gallon. So keep that in mind too. If I can possibly get a discount code from my Counterculture people, I will definitely post it later and let y'all know I got that, okay? Sandy wants to know where I got my gloves. I got my gloves. My husband actually got them. He's a diesel mechanic. Only thing that's bad about these gloves is they do have some ridges. So when I'm doing the epoxy, I have to be kind of gentle or to make ridges. The ridges, of course, fill in when you heat it. But sometimes you can get aggressive and get that little dry spot, and then you got to heat it a little more. I'm about to next, Debbie, what's it say? I finally broke out of my comfort zone and tried a different epoxy. You have to, guys. I started out using Amazing Clear Cast. I love it. It's predictable. It really doesn't matter the temperature and the humidity. It kind of comes out the same. Y'all are going to see, I'm going to tell you how much I'm mixing. So don't anybody freak out because I got so much epoxy. I'm doing it for a reason, and I'll tell you what you really need. Amazing Clear Cast is a great epoxy. It was where I could get it local. If I ran out, I can run to Hobby Lobby, use my 40% coupon until I figured out they wouldn't let you use the coupon. But there's so many good epoxies. I used to use Pro Marine, but my house stays about 58 degrees. Because not only have I had endometrial cancer, so when I had the hysterectomy, I was like, I didn't know what a hot flash was till I had the hysterectomy, and I was like, oh my God, it's 142 degrees in this house. My husband's over there with an Afghan and a hoodie on, but my house is so cold, Pro Marine did not like my house. So it is a good product too, just so you know. Does it stay real hard after it cures? Let me tell you something about that too. Have y'all ever taken your fingernail after you finished a cup 2 days later and done this to your cup and you get an indentation? There are some epoxies out there that do that, okay? If you want to send me a private message, I can kind of give you some insight on that. I don't like to just kind of blast anything out there, but there are some epoxies that are softer than others. I had one epoxy I tried, and I don't want to mention the name again, because right now we're going to talk about this Counterculture, because I'm so tickled they're giving some away, and it's an amazing product, and I'll own a lot of it. But some of these epoxies are so hard when they cure, it really truly is like glass. The clarity to it, the hardness, there is no softness to it like there are some epoxies, okay? I'm going to try to stay on the entire time, but I'm currently at training on break until 6. I'll get back in. You are fine, Candace. Thank you so much for stopping in. If you don't get to stay, I know Ann is on here. I think I saw Tammy. Yeah, I saw Tammy, and there may be another person on. I just needed an admin. I called Yvonne, and she is doing a Zoom meeting. She may get on because I'm such a long-winded person. Sometimes I'm on here like 45 minutes to an hour and don't realize it. But I just needed somebody outside of myself to just pick our winner tonight. And it has to be somebody who's in this live commenting. And it has to be somebody, of course, that's a member of Mycomania. And those were the only 2 stipulations that they had as far as Counterculture. They want to make sure they were a member and enjoying Miss Yvonne's products and that they were present during the live. Okay? There they are. Hey, guys. I'm glad y'all are here. I need some reinforcement. All right, guys, let's do this. Ready? So, we're going to stir epoxy. Somebody's going to say, all right, so stir an epoxy. I heard you're supposed to stir it slow because you're going to have micro bubbles. They're exactly right. I'm not going to discredit anybody, okay? Hey, Miss Lori. I'm stirring fast for 2 reasons. One, I talk constantly, and I can't talk slow because I don't know how. I'm like an ADHD poster child with OCD. It's scary. It really is. But anyway, I stir fast. I also stir with a wooden stick. I do have the metal sticks. I do have silicone sticks. I have tried them all, okay? Somebody said to me, I do this for like molds and stuff, so y'all know it's silicone. Somebody said to me one time, well, I heard that wooden sticks aerate your epoxy and give you a little bit more micro bubbles. I haven't seen you in a while. Oh, thank you, Diana. Oh, girl. I'm hot. I done locked myself in this room so them dogs can't bark. I'm about to sweat to death in here. But thank you. I stir fast for 2 reasons. Let me tell you. This is a glitter cup, okay? If this was a mica cup, I would definitely stir a little slower. Reason being, mica and epoxy, you're going to see the micro bubbles. You're going to have to add more heat to get the micro bubbles out. And this is fast set. Sets up quickly. So you can't heat it but so much. And then all of a sudden, like, it's too hot and you'll see smoke. Like, physically will if you're not careful. So you have to be kind of careful with it. We're covering this with glitter. Our big bubbles matter. If you see a big bubble coming, and counterculture kind of rises to the top. So when you see the bubbles, they're going to kind of work their way to the top. That's what's amazing about this. And they pop on their own. It's cool. I have this mix. It's hardly any smell. It used to smell like peanut butter to me, and now I really just can't smell it. Some people say, where's your PPE? Why aren't you wearing a mask? I just don't have a problem with this epoxy, guy. The smells is just not there. My southern doll. Good evening. Hey, Miss Faye. Susan's saying she stirs hers fast. I use the end of a skinny plastic paintbrush. It works amazing. So see, guys, there's all kinds of ways you can stir this. The reason I say I'm not going to worry about stirring it fast is we are covering this epoxy with glitter. Micro bubbles won't matter. It's covered with glitter. If you see a big bubble, yes, by all means, please pop the bubble, because it could pop, leave you a dry spot, and then your glitter won't stick to it. So keep that in mind, okay? But we are going to cover the micro bubbles, so don't sweat it. If you're doing a mica cup and you are worried about micro bubbles, a couple things that have worked for me. Doesn't mean you have to do it, just giving you an idea. I usually get me a warm or a hot bowl of water, set it to the side, I mix my epoxy, and I let it float. I just let it float in the water. It just floats around, and it pops those bubbles a little quicker. I usually do that with regular epoxy because you don't have a lot of time with this epoxy to work with it, okay? Now listen, I mixed entirely too much epoxy, but I did that for a reason. After I get my epoxy on my cup, I'm going to put it in here, and at the end of the tutorial, I'm going to show you how hard it is, okay? Just so you know. Carolyn's saying she needs some of this. I'm telling you guys, this is a game changer. There are other fast sets out there, but they do have a much stronger smell. To me personally, doesn't mean they're a bad product. I actually like their product. But to me, this is just my go-to. It's predictable. I know exactly when it's going to set, and right now I'm talking a little too much. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. For this size cup, and we're doing glitter, you're going to think I'm lying to you, but I swear I'm not. I promise you, okay? I could use really about 1.5 mLs of A and 1.5 mLs of B, which is a total of 3 mLs. Somebody's going to say, she is crazy as a loon. Well, I am, but it does work, okay? Some people, hey, Rose, oh my God. Mwah. I hope you're doing well, my dear. I have thought about you, thought about you, thought about you. I've been praying for you, okay? So I'm going to technically use probably 3 to 5 mLs. That's plenty, okay? So don't mix a lot of this. You're not going to need it because by the time you rub it in and it gets warm under your finger, hit it with a little heat, it's going to cover this whole cup just enough where you use that minimal amount of the glitter so you're not wasting product. If I cover this cup with that much epoxy in it, guys, I'm going to use that whole bottle of glitter before it looks dry, okay? So keep that in mind. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do some... Everybody does this different, guys. Y'all can drip it on there. I hope you can see how much is going on there. It's like very nothing. Or if you don't like that and you want to control it better, put you a little on your finger, rub it in. It's however you want to do. Everybody does it different. Some people swirl it this way. You do it how you're used to and how you feel like it works best for you, okay? Now, my prep on this cup, I prepped it very well, meaning sanded it, washed it, My painting, is a little left. It's par. Okay, it's par. Meaning this cup is not going anywhere. It's not being sold. It wouldn't be like given to somebody for the basis because it's not perfect, I guess is what I'm saying. I like to try and make sure things are the way I would want them if I'm paying for a product, okay? Warm up your cup first, people are saying. Try it and let us know. Y'all, I got to get a sip of drink. I feel like I'm going hoarse on y'all. Hold on. I apologize. That's rude. But y'all ain't going to be able to hear me in about 5 minutes. So all I'm doing is going back and forth on this cup until it looks like every inch and every millimeter is covered in glitter. Because in epoxy. Because remember, we're going to put glitter. If you don't have epoxy somewhere, you're not going to have glitter. You don't want a bald spot. Because then you got to go back and do a second coat. And you don't want to coat one spot because then it looks uneven, okay? So keep that in mind. As long as I have the right amount of epoxy on here and the right amount of a glitter, y'all, these quality glitters like Micromania products and some of my other friends that have glitter companies, if it's a quality glitter, you're not going to need 2 coats, okay? You're just not going to need it. Let's see. I was doing laundry and missed some. What kind of tumbler are you making today? We are doing a Micromania UV white glitter that when exposed to sunlight turns the colors of the glitter. We got a yellow, purple, pink, and blue that we're using today. She does have other colors. Somebody was telling me, I think Miss Candace told me she has an orange also. And I may have it up there because I'm all about some neon, but I didn't see it, so I didn't pull it out. I'm going to hit this with a little bit of heat, only because once it gets hot, I want to make sure that there are no dead spaces, meaning a dry spot where glitter won't stick, okay? I'm not doing it to get any kind of swirl. I am heating up a few little bubbles that may look larger than I would like them to be, but I am not concentrating on the micro bubbles. It's not going to matter. You're going to cover it with glitter, so you're not going to see any micro bubbles in a glitter cup like you would with a mica cup. Just keep that in mind. Mica cups, you really got to worry about the micro bubbles, guys, because it takes away from the vibrancy of your mica colors. It takes away from your glitter. If you're using glitter, it takes away from that vibrancy, especially when you do the flood coat. This being covered, I don't. My flood coat, absolutely, you need to worry about that, okay? All right, let's see. I need the orange. I didn't know there was an orange either. I want to say I may have. I may have known there was an orange, and it may be over there. There is no telling what's in this room. Y'all, I went on a spree, and my husband locked me down, told me I couldn't buy no more product. But if you saw this room, seriously, I'm going to take a picture. You know, I'm moving stuff out of here so we can build some shelves. Because when we moved in this house, I used to do lives in the kitchen. And I had no room there, but I loved it. I had more fun in the kitchen than anything. But now I have my own room to myself, and it is ridiculous in here. It's ridiculous. That's how much epoxy I got left over after mixing it 50-50. I'm sticking a popsicle stick in it. I'm going to set it to the side because when this live is over, I'm going to show you guys something, okay? So I can get this hot hair off of me. So, I see no blank spots, and I see a few little micro bubbles. Like I said, we're not going to worry about them, okay? Now, another little trick. Only for my newbies. I apologize that I'm kind of focusing on the newbies. It's kind of what I do because I didn't have anybody to help me when I first got started, guys. And some of these things might be repetitive to you, but I like to repeat them in case maybe you've had a problem. You're like, oh, why am I getting fish eyes or whatever? What I have figured out for myself may be the same for you, and it might not be, okay? I'm just trying to throw it out there so maybe it goes, oh, get out of here. It'll just ring a bell with you, okay? When I first started, nobody told me you're supposed to put paper underneath your tumbler. Now, somebody's going to say, why in the world do you put paper under your tumbler? And some of you are going, are you kidding me? You didn't know to put paper under your tumbler. The reason I didn't know is because I was so excited to get the glitter on the cup, I didn't pay attention. So I wasted bottles and bottles and bottles of glitter. Because once I would pour it on, it would mix. And then I'd look down and be like, what can I do with all that glitter? And then you realize you're supposed to save it. So I've got clean paper underneath, just so y'all know. Now, when I put this glitter on, guys, my goal in my mind, you can do it however you want. If you don't want to do a peekaboo, You could do this in stripes. You could do it horizontally, and you could get away with that just being your cup, okay? For some reason, I have it in my mind as a peekaboo, so I'm going to kind of splotch it everywhere, so when it hits UV light and it's painted over top and I clean my spots, I'm going to have different colors everywhere. But now that I'm thinking about it, y'all really won't, you might not make it back to the second. So I'm wondering if I should just go ahead and do like layers and not tape. I didn't tape this cup off. I'm just trying to figure out what would be best, okay? At least somebody else wasted glitter too. I'm so glad it wasn't just me. I am so glad, Miss Wright, that I was not the only one. So keep in mind, I was going to do a peekaboo. I could do this in spots wherever I wanted to. The only thing is I have to sit here and I have to wait for this stuff to dry to make sure it looks dry. And then I might get the wrong color back on top of the same spot. So we'll do it a little different way. You can still make it a peekaboo. We're going to do it this way. I'm going to keep them in order. I'm going to do pink at the top, okay? I think you can see all the cup. Yep, you can see. So I'm going to do a UV pink for me. What do I want to do at the top? I got pink, purple. I'm actually going to do yellow first. I'm going to do it kind of in a color orientation or whatever. So I'm going to do yellow at the top. For me, because it's not taped, I'm going to start, somebody's saying do a horizontal. I got so many, I got a horizontal cut. I'm going to do straight, no. All right, we'll do horizontal. We'll do a horizontal. It won't matter. We'll do a horizontal. So I'm going to do yellow first, okay? You can either stop your turner. I have a reversible motor on this. So I usually keep it in one direction because I'm left-handed and I'm weird. I'm backwards, I guess. We're going to do horizontal, Miss Sherry said. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to pick a spot to start. And then I have to remember my brain, keep it in order that yellow is my top line. Okay? Because it's all white. So here we go. We're going to just pick a spot. It's not going to be perfect. It won't be till about the third go round. Okay? So get your glitter to the end where you're going to shake it. Find you a spot and start going up. The line won't be perfect until you get that second or third coat. Okay? Remember, little epoxy, a lot of glitter. You're going to shake off too much here. You're going to shake off too much there. But I promise you, because my turner is going away from me, it's all going to come out in the wash. It'll all turn out fine if you get a little shake or a little run going in one direction. I promise. It just works. I don't know how it works because it used to stress me out, but it works. I promise. So this is my yellow line. Looks pretty dry for right now, okay? I'm going to keep these in order so I know which way my line is going. Hold on, I see something floating on my bracelet. Then we're going to do the pink, okay? Remember, all these colors are going to look the same until we add the light, okay? All right, so we're going to hit the pink below it, going away from me. So I missed that one. I was talking too much. It's no big deal, guys, okay? We're going to have to go back and hit it again, but we're going to do it before it dries. So here's my pink layer. I'm going right under this. And of course, I'm going to make it as wide as that one, and it kind of drips down, and that's what I want it to do. Remember, my yellow was first, so this is my pink. I need to make my line a little wider to match my other one. You can kind of see where you separated it, okay? So don't get confused and think, am I putting that over top of the yellow? Is it okay? You can almost see where your line is for now, okay? I'm going to hit it one more time, and I'm going to go to the next color. And you will be able to see it. I don't know if y'all can see it from there, but I can definitely see where my line is. So that's my pink. Let's try not to throw it across the room. I think I'll do purple next. It just seems like it would be the natural color. Could be wrong. Whoops. She forgot. I did, Susan. Did you see what I did? But you know what I'm going to do? I'm doing this on purpose. I know somebody was going to notice, but I did forget to tell you. Because it's so hard to do horizontal or vertical or stacked lines on this type of cup, I'm going to take these, mix them together, and cover my bottom. So I just wanted you to know. Please, please, please. Debbie said I'm going to be mad. I should have said something, only because it would be really hard to spot that up. I want just all the color. I always do the bottom of my cup. Some people tape theirs. I do the bottom, but I'm going to mix the colors and put it on the bottom. But you're right, I didn't change the paper. And normally, if I was doing like if I was doing a cup in these colors, which would be crazy, but I would be so mad. Because when again are you ever going to use that combination, right? I just have it sitting over here, so I thought I'd throw that out. But you're right. I actually was thinking about, I was like, I forgot to tell them to change your paper, but I'm going to use that at the bottom. So here is my next line, and that's very thin line. So I'm going to go back and, of course, make that line wider, okay? Do not be alarmed if you miss a spot. Y'all, there's been times that I hadn't hit the mark, and I will miss the whole thing. So I'll just wait for it to come back around, okay? Cups are supposed to be fun. I know a lot of people are using tumblers to, of course, for their income, like to survive. I totally get that. Worked in the OR for years, guys. So I'm not physically like Social Security retired, but I don't work in the hospital anymore. I'm not. Was a surgical nurse, but it's nothing to be stressed out about. Even though you're making this for money and for income, if it isn't perfect or it's not the way you quite wanted it to turn out to be, listen, it costs about $1 to strip it. Okay, you might lose a little product. It's not even that. The acetone is cheap. It's like $15 a half gallon. But you'll lose a little product, yes. But start over. You're only going to learn from this, okay? So if it makes you nervous, some people take it off completely and hold it. They feel like they have better control that way. That is definitely an option. It's whatever you feel the most comfortable with, okay? That's what I want you to understand. This is like, y'all, I raised 2 children. Of course, I was a single mother. I say that. Father was deceased. I had a wonderful man in my life, but we weren't married. And, you know, all the stresses of that. And then with a man for 17 years now, he has 5 children. We got 15 grandbabies and 1 on the way. We have kids all the time. And sometimes you're just like, oh, I can't take no more. I just need to go to my happy place. Well, I didn't have a happy place because I was out of work. I just didn't go back to work after some surgery. But now I come in here and it's just fun. Like, I just want to do things that in your mind you think of, you're like, I don't think that'll look good. So, y'all, I've gotten to this point and I'm through the glitters. I'm not sure if I want to do another thin round because I don't know if it would look right, or if I might want to throw some glitter in there. It's always an option. It's always an option. So let me sit here for a minute. This is Fastnet. Yes. I don't have too much time left. What I'm going to do is hit the spots I missed that look kind of wet with the yellow, and I'm going to throw some glitter in the middle. I don't know why. I just feel it. Okay? But like I said, it's going to be a peekaboo, so it'll be different. I think it would be pretty, though, to have more. Remember, my yellow was first, so I'm hitting that line with the yellow again, making sure I have no wet spots. That's the thing about glitter. For any of you who are new or even still doing cups, and y'all, I have never criticized anybody's work. Reason being, I was new at one time in making cups, and nobody would really help me. So I didn't know if my cups were good, bad, if I had problems, things I need to work on, or anything. But if you're doing a cup, and your cup, the glitter looks wet. If it looks wet, when you look at it, you're like, all right, I'm done. But it looks wet like this does. It's super, super shiny. You do not have enough glitter. Or you've put too much epoxy on, which still means you have to add more glitter. Because what happens is, this dries. Some people seal it, some people brush it, and then epoxy. I brush it, then I epoxy, because I know these layers are super thick. If my cup is wet looking, and in an hour, when I come back to do my flood coat, it is still wet looking, and I put that flood coat on, guys, I'm going to be honest with you, it's going to look that way when it dries. It's not going to fix itself. It needs more glitter, okay? Just keep that in mind, all right? So now I'm doing the purple, which is my 3rd row. I can kind of see where that 3rd row kicks in, which is about right here. So I'm going to add my horizontal line. I'm going to find one of my Miss Yvonne real pretty iridescent colors. I think Miss Ann and I think completely alike. Here's my 3rd row. Okay, I'm just going up the cup exactly the same way, kind of watching my line. If y'all don't feel comfortable doing it this way, tape your cup off. It's perfectly fine to tape your cup off. I'm just more of a free-handed person, I guess. I do tape off for my striped cups, the ones that go this way. I do that. This was my last row. what I'm doing now is just putting that extra layer of glitter on here. I am going to check my epoxy over here. I want to see how it is because I'm going to add that glitter. And I want to make sure that I haven't waited to where this is too set to add that. Okay, let me check it. So it is getting hot. It is getting hot. Let me see real quick what kind of iridescent glitter I have of Miss Yvonne's. Let's see, that's a mermaid. That's pink. Oh, I got so many of her glitters stuck up here on the shelf. That mermaid's pretty. I don't know. Let me see what else I got up here. That's a yellow, a Majesty. I've got Twinkle. Twinkle's beautiful. Where's all Miss Yvonne's glitters? I told y'all I'm rearranging this room, so I got glitter everywhere. Everywhere. This is really, really pretty. I think this is the one that they call a bond with Miss LaDonna stuff. But I'm going to put this on here, guys. I want to see how, I think this is going to be pretty. It's kind of an iridescent with a little bit of gold. But I got to work here. Let's see what we got. And I don't have it all the way down, so we're going to shake it down. Now we'll get ready. One more time around. So I should have had that out. But y'all, there are so many times that I get in here and start working and I change my mind at the last minute. And then I'm digging and then I'm scared because I truly I didn't have out what I needed. So just keep in mind, you have not much working time. And I have talked and talked and talked, okay? So we're going to add this. If it turns out this doesn't stick, all I got to do is come back and add this layer later, but I think it's doing really well. If it still doesn't stick as much as you would want it to, this is not, because my glitter's dry right here, and it's not wet, I can kind of shake this on, guys, and it's rolling. Watch, it'll roll completely off when that comes back around, okay? Oh, this is pretty. Oh, I like that color. Let me see how this looks. You can kind of blow it a little bit. That's pretty. I like that. You can put the name in that or put the name in this with this shade of vinyl. Girl, what are you talking about? And this is UV. This has some little colors to it. Oh my God, that is pretty. Oh, y'all. That's pretty. Oh my God. Y'all, this is beautiful. This is in a plain bottle. I don't have any idea what kind. I'm gonna have to. I know this is hers because it's in her basket. I got a big old basket of Yvonne stuff. Y'all, that's pretty. Oh my God. Don't forget your bottom. I'm getting ready to hit it, Debbie. All right, so y'all, I got that on there. What I'm going to do is hit the bottom with just a touch of heat. I want to warm it up just a little bit so I can get this glitter to stick because I am almost at my time where if I don't get something done, it ain't going to stick. So I've got all my colors in here along with that big chunky. Okay, I pick my paper up. Everybody does it different. I tap very lightly so I don't get it stuck to where my white is. And remember, my base coat is white. So I'm going to do this along the edge where it may not have stuck. When this live is over, I will take a picture of the bottom of the cup and put it up at the top so you can see kind of what the cup looks like at this point. And tell me if you think it looks all right or if we should have done something different. Look, guys, I learn from y'all too. So if you see something you're like, oh, she should have done the bottom of that cup different, I am open to suggestions. I've loved learning. There is not a time I don't get on a YouTube video to watch a tutorial or get on here and watch Miss Candace, who is amazing if you haven't watched her, and learn something. Like, I'm like, is that how you do that? Like, for real, I have no clue. So I learn every day. Y'all, this is pretty. I just got to get that one little bubble. Now, last thing you would do to this cup, all I'm doing is getting rid of this glitter so I don't make a mess. Last thing I personally do to my cups before I walk away from them, I take another quick look at everything, see if I like it, see if anything on there looks out of place. I take a dry finger. Let me get that piece of glitter off so you can see what I'm doing. Hold on. I don't put a glove on for a specific reason. Finger, and I hit my chunky laying it down. And I'm going to show you something when I get done with this little round, okay? It's not all laid down, but I'm going to show you why I do it. That right there is what come off. Now, some of that's extra sprinkle. Some of that may or may not be where your cup is still wet, okay? So keep that in mind, okay? It could be possibly, I personally don't have anything sticky on my finger. I think I'm just taking off a little bit of excess glitter, but the reason I'm patting it is to lay that chunky down. So when I come back to do my flood coat in about an hour, that this chunky won't stick up to where I have to do a lot of sanding before I do anything else, okay? Then I take and just touch the top of my rim, pushing down again that chunky that may be sticking up to keep you from having to sand. And remember, I put a little bit of chunky on the bottom. I'm just going to tap it out, make sure they're laid down. Got a little bit, I felt a little sticky at the top, at the rim. Everybody does their rim cleaning different. I personally do this, let it dry. I do my flood coat, which will be about 20, maybe 25, maybe even 30. Just depends on how I'm feeling and how heavy the chunky is. I let that dry. Then I personally clean the rim, get it good and smoothed out, sanded if it has to be, whatever. Do my vinyl work, and then I do my final coat. Reason being I do that is you have to seal that top when you clean the rim. If you're cleaning your rim after you're done with the cup and shipping it to the customer, you've left the seal open. So keep that in mind. You're sending a cup out that could possibly suffer that water damage and peel that coat up, and the cup won't last as long. So you should be cleaning your rim usually after your flood coat, when you're doing your vinyl work, before you do your last coat of epoxy, okay? I am trying to read, do you use Fast Set for all your coats? Carolyn, it is suggested by the manufacturer not to use the Counterculture Fast Set for a final coat. Does not say that you shouldn't, okay? It just says they suggest not to. Reason being, if I'm doing a white, I just saw something. If I'm doing a white cup and I put that on there, it's saying it has a UV protectant. It may not last. I got a little spot right there I do not like. So I did purple, I did blue last. Y'all, it may not stick, but I see something I don't like. What do I do with my blue? Here it is. It's right there. I don't know if anybody can see that. I'm going to hit that with a little blue, because that was my last, was that my last row? That was my last row. So I'm going to hit that there. If it doesn't stick when it comes around, I'm going to hit it and pat it, because I see a little spot there I don't like. I don't know if y'all can see it. It's going to be, and it didn't stick. It's right here. So I'm going to hit that, use my other finger, and kind of pat it. I just want to see if that's covered or if it's too dry. When y'all see this cup over here, you know how long I've been talking. I have a little something right there I don't like. I'm going to pat that back down. All right, so I'll check that out before I move forward and make sure that little spot that I see is covered. Let's see. You can use Fast Set on left if it's dark. Exactly. That's what I was going to say, Ann. I lost track. If it's dark, shoot, yeah, use it on all three coats. They just say sometimes it could yellow over time faster than some of the other epoxies on the final coat. I'm going to be honest with you, y'all. I'm going to show you a cup. I got to stand up, y'all. I'm in spandex and I'm fat. So not judge. Please, it is Sunday. Hold on. So, sorry about that. This cup is just a personal cup I've got sitting on the wall. This was a tattooed cup done with Miss Yvonne's Silver Slopes, I think, okay? All three, and it's dusty. Ooh, it's dusty. All three coats were done in Counterculture Fast Set, okay? It is not yellowed, and it sits in this room under this bright light, and the window is right here, okay? Hasn't yellowed, and it's been up there about a year. So just keep that in mind. It just depends. If you've got a customer you know is going to be like, it don't look right in 2 weeks, then I would definitely kind of go a different route. But it does not say do not. It just says it's not recommended. Okay? Somebody's saying they think there was a new formula. They had Counterculture Fast Set. Used to be, I got it over here. Look at this. I told y'all I got a ton. Hold on. The I can't do that one. Hold on. That's empty. The Counterculture Fast Set used to be in a purple bottle. So this says Fast Set Epoxy. I don't even think they sell this anymore. When they started doing the Fast Set, you can't even read that label, y'all. I've spilled so much stuff on it. This is the Ultra Clear, which is the UV protectant. Same epoxy, same curing time. I don't think this is still on their webpage. So they did add that UV protectant so you could use that fast coat more often. And they may even have a newer one. But y'all, they don't just have epoxy. Counterculture has stepped their game up. They've got a ton of stuff, okay? Let's see. I'm reading everybody. Isn't that pretty? Like y'all, I wasn't even going to add none of that. Now, here's going to be the trick. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to give it, magic trick. Y'all want to see something? All right. This cup, y'all, this cup is hot. Hold on. I got to find something to hold it with. Hold on. This cup's hot. Let me get me a paper towel. Y'all know my room is crazy in here. So, this is the fast set that we poured, that I told you, no tricks, no camera action, no nothing. Y'all know I'm still in here. The cup's a little warm, because you know when it goes through the chemical process, it heats. The heat sets up to make it hard, okay? Y'all saw this cup when we got started. I told you I was going to put I bet it won't come out. I told you it was going to be in a popsicle stick. Y'all, it's hard, okay? Hard. I don't even think I can get it out. Used to, I would pop it out for giggles, but I think I'll break the stick. Y'all look. Can y'all see that? I'm a big girl too. That's hard. I don't think I can get it out. Okay? Little warm. Still tacky. Not by much. 45 minutes, I can come in here and do a flood coat, guys. This cup could be done. Okay? So let's see. Definitely be careful with white. Did a solid white Dallas Cowboys cup. Turned out beautiful. Now yellow. Sandy's asking if I'm going to sell this. Honestly, I wasn't going to sell it because my prep on the paint wasn't perfect. But, y'all, that's pretty. That actually, if it turns out it's pretty when we put this light on it, I might actually sell it. But I don't know if I would put much on it other than maybe faith or believe or a name. You know, something in this white was something that kind of goes with that. I think that would be beautiful. Oh, my God. Now, that is fast. See what I'm talking about? Y'all, that's a lot of epoxy gone now. You're right, and look, that stuff ain't cheap. It's not that expensive comparable to other epoxies. But when I do these tutorials, y'all, please understand. Like, we're all volunteers on this admin page. We don't, like, come out here and we get paid money to be an admin or to answer y'all's questions. I mean, this is something, if we're doing this, it's because we love it. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. Y'all want to know something? When I had my surgery, when I actually started cups before I had my surgery. We knew something was wrong. We couldn't figure it out for about a year and a half. So I was sick, and I didn't have anything to do to occupy my time. I was working 12-hour shifts 4 or 5 days a week, taking calls 7 days a week. You know how it is if you're in the medical field. When I stopped working, I was going crazy. And they were like, well, you want to keep the grandkids? I was like, let me think on that a minute because I don't feel real good. So I started cups. When I started cups, I was like, didn't know what I was doing, didn't have anybody to talk to. I was watching YouTube tutorials. I found Miss Savon and I found Miss LaDonna in another group. I joined them. They answered every question I had. They were amazing. And now it's like, it's almost humbling when somebody asks me a question. Because y'all, I still learn a lot. And I don't feel like everything's magical and perfect. But I love this. I love helping anybody. If somebody calls and says, I'm thinking about doing this, I'm like, oh, I'm going to steal your idea, but I do like that. But y'all, we're in this together. I'm not in competition with anybody. I don't charge a fortune for these cups. I do charge just like a normal price plus shipping. But this is supposed to be fun and enjoyable. And if it is a way to make extra income, by all means, get it, girl. Get it. Get your money, boo-boo. Get your money. All right, let's see. I want to do lives, but I'm a hot mess. Sherry, you are not. I've seen some of your cups, and you are amazing. Faye, hey, Miss Faye. Debbie, get it. That's what I'm talking about. We'll always be learning. You're not lying. I'm telling you. I'm too shy. Y'all ain't going to believe this if I tell you. I've always been an extrovert. I mean, just extrovert. Just wide open and knowing everybody. I want to talk to everybody. But something happened, and I've been married 3 times. I'm just going to give it to you real. We won't talk about the first husband that went somewhere it wasn't supposed to go. But anyway, married for 17 years, and I became an introvert. I didn't leave home. I didn't go anywhere. We won't talk about what kind of relationship it was. I got 2 beautiful children out of it. That's what's important. But I became such an introvert and super shy, not outgoing. And now I'm in my house with my little fat leggings on, barefooted, and my tank top, hiding in a bedroom with the door shut, away from everybody. And I'm having the time of my life, okay? So y'all just realize, it don't matter if you're shy. You'd be surprised how nice y'all are and how easy you make it. Okay? So just keep that in mind. I am so glad you joined me, Cody. I haven't started cups yet, just watching lots of tutorials right now. Roxanne, I'm going to tell y'all this. We're getting ready to pick a winner, so don't go anywhere, okay? I am actually a Cancer, and I am like one of those soft, look, but y'all know I'm crazy, I'll be honest. I was born in Michigan, but I'm from the South. I call myself a Southern. It don't matter where you're from, you're just the same. But I'm crazy. Like, my husband tells me all the time, I don't know what in the world I was thinking, but he loves me anyway. All right, y'all. 2 things we're going to talk about real quick. We're going to look at this with a UV light, see what it looks like. It might turn out to be a complete hot mess. But we did it, and we did it together. I do appreciate y'all always tuning in and listening to everything. If you want to watch more tutorials by me, I don't get any money, y'all. Look, I don't want to be famous. Look, does it look like I want to be famous? I don't. I have some videos on YouTube. I usually convert these exact lives that you're watching with me now, convert them into YouTube. It's under Bridget Reese. Not trying to be famous. But if you wanted to watch them there, you can. You can go up in the top right corner of your screen right now while it's live. Hit the 3 dots, and I think you can get notifications somehow if you wanted to see those. And I also do tutorials on a couple other pages. If you're curious about that, you can send me a message, okay? But I am here for questions, y'all. If I don't answer you within an hour, usually means the grandkids have me duct taped or tied up in the backyard. But I will get back to you, okay? Let's take a look at this, and then we're going to get Miss Ann. I definitely see she is still here, and I believe I saw Tammy a while ago. And thank you, Miss Rose. I try to make it fun. Y'all are my friends. I don't have any friends. I got grandbabies, and they are my best friends. But when I get to see y'all, it's like I'm talking to my girlfriend. Y'all, if y'all could only come eat Mexican with me once a week, it would be amazing. Because I need me a Mexican buddy. Let's take a look. Like, for Mexican food. I'm not trying to be... Y'all, I like guacamole. We'll just put it that way. So we're going to try and put this light on here and see if we can at least get a stripe of color going. And I might need like more sunshine, truly. But I'm going to see if I can get anything to roll. Sometimes, ooh, I see it. I see it. So there's my pink and there's my purple. It would really, there's my blue. It would really take me going outside, guys, to get this to roll. But I'm going to keep adding. Let's see if I cut. I don't know if I should cut that light off or not. Let me just run this a couple times, see if y'all can see the colors. And I will go outside because the sun is still blazing here. See if I can get it. Well, I can't do it till it completely dries. But I will take a picture of it outside and see if we can get those colors to pop out. If I have to take it out there on the pole. And I'll send y'all a picture of what the whole cup looks like lit up. Can y'all see the colors popping out in certain places? I just need to really get it outside in the sunlight because these do change. So that whole cup is going to be yellow, pink, purple, and blue, if you remember how we went in design, okay? This is going to be cool, y'all. I'm excited. All right, let's see. All right, Miss Ann, I see you in there, baby. I see you talking to me. And Miss Sandy, thank you. Karen, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Listen, I'm going to say something, and then Miss Ann is going to announce in the comments who our winner is. Tammy's, or she's going to go talk to Tammy. So I'm going to tell you this while they're talking. They're picking our winner for our ½ gallon of epoxy. Okay? It's coming from Counterculture. When they announce who the winner is, I need you to PM me. Okay? You can tap on my face and just get to me. Or I'll pay attention to who it is and I'll send you a message. All you're going to do is give me your address. It cannot be right now out of the U.S. If it has to be, we'll try and figure out a way to get it to you. And it cannot go to a P.O. box. So keep that in mind. You may have to get me the neighbor's address or your mama's address. But it can't go to a P.O. box because it's too big. Okay? Last thing I'm going to say before they jump on here and tell us the winner. Whoop, whoop. And I'm excited for you and I'm jealous at the same time. Y'all listen. This is my little PSA. I am one of those people that just believe, and you don't have to agree with me. Everybody's entitled to an opinion, but I believe we are all just the same people going through the same struggles, and we're just all just trying to make our way through life, okay? But if you can just pay a compliment to a stranger, okay? Just walk up to them and say, your hair looks great today. Or, I love that tie. Or, those cool shoes are awesome. Where did you get them? Just something like that. Give somebody a compliment and you'd be surprised how it changes their life. All right, Ann is saying we have our winner. Let's hear it. Give it to us, Ann. Let's see who it is. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Here we go. Oh, I'm getting excited. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Oh, my goodness. Y'all, the anticipation is killing me. Who won? We're waiting. We're waiting, Miss Melissa. We're waiting on Ann to give it to us. Where is she? Give me help, man. Y'all, look. I'm on the screen. Going cross-eyed. Let's see what we got. Ann. Sandy Nunez. You are the winner. All right, Sandy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate all of your input tonight. Miss Ann, Miss Tammy, I appreciate you guys. Now listen, you can get all these glitters with micamaniaforyou.com. You can get the tumblers from Miss Yvonne. You can get your epoxy from Counterculture. I will list that. If you are interested in the Pathalon paints, which we did not use, remember this lady was amazing and she contributed all the time to our community, okay? And her husband's trying to keep her dream alive by continuing the business. I will list all these pictures. I'm going to take pictures of all this and put it on the page so you know what colors we used today. When I get this in the sun, I'll take a picture of it with all the colors popping, and I will post it also, okay? Y'all, show Miss Yvonne some love. She's an amazing lady. She's very selfless, okay? And Anna's let me know that they were chosen by 3 of the admins. So Candace must have made it back to us, I think, which is amazing. So this winner was chosen by 3 admins who watched this live with me and listened to me ramble for the last hour. And I appreciate you guys. I'm sure it's annoying sometimes, but that's me. All right, guys, so we will be getting that message out to you, my dear Miss Nunez, and get your address and get your stuff to you. Y'all have a great night. I am so glad you joined me, and we'll be doing this again soon. Bye, y'all. Have a good night.